welcome to another episode of Larry's Rants, Raves, and Reviews! Now, it's the moment that you have all been waiting for. Here comes the man, the myth, the legend, my papa! Here's Larry!
Okay, good to have you back on this episode. Now I'm going to pick up right where we left off. No one's talking about this Minnesota mom not having custody of all of her children. And like I said last episode, if you're a mother in America and you don't have custody of your children, chances are you got a rap sheet, you got a really bad record, you got a real problem, you got a drug problem, a mental problem, you've got something serious, a serious problem, or you'd have custody of those kids, because that's just how America is kind of designed, okay? When you come across a mom that doesn't have custody, she's got a real problem. So, she has 3 children. It's a lie to say that she has just the one. She has 3. She lost custody over the other 2 children. That's because Renee Good's lesbian partner likes putting cigarettes out on the kids' arms. Doesn't that sound like a great mom? Doesn't it sound like a great mom that decides that her partner uses her kids as an ashtray, and when given a choice, to either kick her lesbian lover out and keep custody of her other children and protect them and be a mother to them, guess what? She chose the lesbian lover and lost custody of her other 2 children. Isn't it amazing how every hero that the left turns out is some kind of an awful, incomplete human being? I don't know why her partner hasn't been charged, honestly. But Renee chose to have her older children removed from the home rather than kicking her lesbian lover out that had been putting cigarettes out on their arms. She was not a warrior, folks, and she is not a hero. Her partner cheered her on as she drove into the Iceagents. The same woman who abused her children. How shameful is this? My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just getting worse. So, she lost her children. 2 of them, anyway. She's a career political activist. You have to take a good look at who she really is. She's not just some mom driving through a neighborhood. She's a career political activist. Her lesbian partner was actively harassing federal immigration agents. She was instructed by law enforcement to exit the vehicle, yet she refused. Her partner then screamed, "Drive, baby, drive," like they were in some kind of a heist movie or something, trying to do a getaway. And what's funny is, she didn't even let her partner in the vehicle with her. And she was trying to get away. She was driving a Honda Pilot, big enough to seriously hurt or kill anyone. And then she has her partner here, Renee's partner, has the audacity to tell us, watch the video and decide for yourself. Well, guess what? We did. She hit a law enforcement officer with her car, and we the people should be thankful that he is even alive. And yes, I'm on his side. Renee Good is the modern day liberal white woman. I mean, you talk about nuts. These Karens, there's a Karen running around every corner. My God, it almost makes you want to stay home and stay inside and sit on the couch. She's 37 years old, As I said just moments ago, she lost custody of her other 2 children. Now, she fled to Canada after Trump won in 24. She has a career as a poet. Then all of a sudden, she decided to move back to Minneapolis from Canada to fight for the rights of illegal aliens. She enrolled her child that she has custody of, the one that she has custody of. She enrolled the child into Southside Family Charter School, whose mission, get this, is to put social justice first and prioritize involving kids in political and social action. Through her involvement with the school, she joined Icewatch, which is a national coalition of activists dedicated to disrupting ICE raids. She lost her life while obstructing ICE as a result of assaulting federal law enforcement with a deadly weapon, her car. You see, when you aim your car at someone, it's considered a deadly weapon. I've got to tell you that America has to get serious about being a country about law and order. We have lost the seriousness of everybody obeying the law and order. We have to enforce our laws, ladies and gentlemen. If we're going to remain a viable country, we must enforce our laws. And I'm talking about to the letter of the law. What I would tell you is we're now looking at the face of chaos, instability, dangerous empathy for criminals, and reckless disregard for the law. I mean, our politicians have no regard for the law. They break the law on a regular basis. Excuse me, they break the law on a regular basis. And then we the people, now all these crazy Karens, these lunatic women, mostly white women, running around, bothering ICE and other law enforcement agencies. Now, right after Renee attacked this ICE agent with her car in Minneapolis, somebody threw up a page, GoFundMe page. It raised $1.5 million for her family. But then it was paused, because then that's when the new video began to be released that showed, whoops, hey folks, there's more to this than what we're being told by Legacymedia. Whoops, Legacymedia has played with this video and made it look as if she wasn't guilty. But then the full video came out, I think it's about 4 minutes, came out, and people realized, oh my goodness, Legacymedia, the communist media, has done it to us again. Well, who else is weighing into this? Black Lives Matter activist says they're going to burn down Minneapolis so they can get justice for the woman who tried running over ICE agents. What's wrong with these people? But here's what I will tell you. They got by with burning down half of Minneapolis when George Floyd, during the George Floyd days, the drug addict who died based on being on such a high, he died due to an overdose. Yeah, that's the truth. Well, they burnt down half the city then. Remember the police department that they burnt down? Destroyed? Multiple millions of dollars worth of damage? And what happened to them? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, will they try it again? Why not? We wouldn't touch them then because of political correctness, and we certainly won't touch them now for the same reason. Well, did y'all see the video of Jasmine Crockett? Oh, Jasmine, you're such nonsense. I'm telling you. Just stay on TikTok and get out of politics, okay? Get out of politics and stay on TikTok. She has a video, and she was attempting to cry about the Minnesotamom and the children that had lost their mom. Oh, she tried her best to look like she was crying. Theatrics at its finest from her. Problem of it is, there really weren't tears. It was all fake. But now here's a question that I have, ladies and gentlemen. Where was this? Where was this narrative? Where was the tears when Charlie Kirk's kids lost their dad? Where was the outrage from Jasmine Crockett when Charlie Kirk was murdered and assassinated? There were no tears. Basically, she and other black supremacists like herself basically said, nah, he got what he deserved. Scott Jennings dropped a real truth bomb on this Minneapolis shooting. He says, this woman was not a random passerby. This person is part of a group of people who formed convoys to interfere with federal law enforcement operations, and this is a felony. Well, Scott Jennings, keep doing what you're doing, because I got to tell you, dude, you're about the only person on CNN that I would ever listen to. Matter of fact, you are. Now, it turns out that Renee, guess who she was protecting? And I'll wrap this up with this. It turns out that Renee, ICE was in Minneapolis trying to obtain and arrest a Somalian sex offender who was here illegally and had warrants out for his arrest. So do you guys want to meet the very person that Renee lost her life over? Do you want to meet the very person that her lesbian lover started screaming, "Drive, baby, drive," and got her killed? Yeah, you're at fault. You did it. You coached her into her death over a Somali who is here illegally. He has prior convictions of sexual assault from 2016. He also has prior arrests for first-degree assault and an active warrant for obstructing police. And even worse, ICE agents were previously tried to arrest this guy at his apartment, but the building manager blocked them from entering and shielded this guy. He's a convicted sex offender. He has victimized women while in our country illegally. That is who Renee Nicole Good abandoned her child to go and obstruct ICE officers and then attack one of them. That's who she did all of this for, and she gave her life for him. Don't that have you beaming with pride? Now, these are the people, the liberals, who have been brainwashed into thinking that they need to go help and protect. These are the same liberals who didn't care about Lake and Riley and others, and they scolded us for even bringing their names up. These are the same people who celebrated the death, and when I say celebrated, I mean celebrated. They celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk, the assassination, the murder of him. But now They're saying her name about a woman who was technically committing a felony to obstruct ICE officers who were trying to arrest that guy. And they wonder why Trump won in a landslide. These people don't love their neighbors. These people do not love the American people. These crazy people do not love their country. They do not love America. They seem to actively want most of us to be harmed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, they have no outrage for the likes of the attacks on Laken Riley. They have not one word, not one demand for justice, not one call for deportation. But the moment a federal law is enforced, the moment that ICE does its job, the moment a liberal activist intervenes and gets hurt or killed, now you suddenly see that there's outrage. You see, Democrats don't speak for Americans. They speak for criminals, for activists, and chaos. And while victims are ignored or have their graves peed on by the Communist Democrat Party. Well, I promised I was going to show you this clip, and I will. It's just a few seconds long. So take a good look at this clip. You'll see as you analyze this clip, 1, she was ordered out of her car. 2, she refuses to get out. 3, she backs up. 4, she drives forward into the ICE agent. 5, the ICE agent pulls out his gun only when she starts moving forward. And 6, he shoots her in self-defense. 7, the case is closed. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you this. I blame the Democratic Party, the Democratic Party leaders, Jeffries, all the others that are getting on the Legacymedia with the same narrative and calling for all of this violence and all of this horrible rhetoric. They're the ones that you and I and we the people should blame for this disaster that we're now dealing with in Minneapolis. Because this is exactly what they're calling for. Well, you can keep watching Legacymedia all you want, ladies and gentlemen. It'll poison your mind. It'll destroy your life. And they will brainwash you. Or you can come visit old Larry a couple of times a week. I'm trying to put out anywhere from 2 to 3 shows a week. Come visit with me. Tell your friends and family about our channels on all of the audio podcast platforms. I've got video on YouTube, on Spotify, on Rumble. Tune in, like our channels. Give me some feedback. Let other family and friends know about us. Come back next episode. I'll have another good word for you. And I hope you will have a great day.